Today we're going to be testing out Google Stitch, which has a brand new update using Nano Banana. So you can see here, this was a previous image of Google Stitch, and now you can see after what it looks like, and you can basically reimagine, redesign your websites and that sort of thing. There's a bunch of updates that have actually come out for this since Nano Banana came out. But you can see that you now have options between Pro, Rapid, and Redesign. Now, if you're not familiar with what Google Stitch is, essentially is a really powerful tool for designing websites. So if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask, and it is free to use this. So you can get access to this for free via Stitch with stitch.withgoogle.com. And there's been some really cool stuff with this. So I'm going to break down exactly how it works, how to use it, how to basically make sure that you can use it yourself. And you can see Stitch by Google made this announcement just a few hours ago that says introducing Stitch's redesign agent powered by the newly announced Nano Banana Pro. It takes a screenshot or URL and lets you edit and redesign your product with natural language. So basically with Nano Banana Pro inside here, which is a new update that just came out yesterday from Google, you can now, for example, say like redesign this page for a younger audience, or create the image that most likely comes next, or increase the number of users who add to cart, or move the button down 10 pixels, right? So I'm going to show you some examples of how this works, how you can basically use this on your own website, and the step-by-step processes for doing this, all right? And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So we're going to kickstart this now. I'm going to go over to stitch.google.com and select desktop over here. You can also edit apps as well. And now we can start using this. So for example, we're going to say, okay, let's see if we can add a URL, website URL. All right, so if you want to edit a URL or just copy and clone it, you can attach it down here. So you click the plus sign, then you click website URL, and then you can type in, like, for example, juliangolder.com. Or let's see if it can actually scan a landing page. So for example, this is our landing page for Black Friday. Let's see if we can improve it with Google Stitch. So I'm going to paste in the URL over here, and I'm going to say, okay, redesign the page so it looks more modern and professional, right? And then we're using Nano Banana over here with redesign and desktop over here, all right? Then we're going to click enter and see what it does. So you can see it's going to take about 40 seconds to load that for the redesign. And then we're going to have the preview over here. Now, on the top right, we can actually select share, and we can enable sharing and remixing, and then you can copy a link and make it shareable. So for example, I can copy that link, and then if I go over to, say, the AR Profit Boardroom, we can add that inside the video notes right here. All right, so if you want to steal these examples, I'm just going to add a resources section. And then I'll include all the links and resources inside that Profit Boardroom from today. So it's designing right now. As you can see, we're sort of buffering and loading. And we'll see what we get back. All right, so now you can see that it's taken the information from the original page and sort of designed it into this example right here. Now, it's quite different to the previous one. So if we open this up, this is the existing landing page I have for Black Friday. And you can see like the copy and everything like that is ready to go. If we actually go back to Google Stich, the URL is totally different. So maybe it just can't work with good pages. So it's kind of got like, I don't know, it doesn't look that good, right? So it's kind of redesigned it here. But then we've got like this example over here. It just feels it looks a little bit messy. We'll see if we can work with this anyway. And then we can design a pricing page for the service. It's redesigned the icons over here, included what the package includes, added some social proof on the right with some video testimonials, and then also we've got the navigation bar plus the CTA at the top. It's redesigned the testimonials as well inside this section, and then we've got some other options down there. Not sure if I like it though. That's the only thing I would say. If I look at this, and then I look at the original, I would say the original looks a lot nicer. Let me see. Maybe I'm just biased because I designed it myself. So I'm going to try something else now. I'm going to take a new design. We'll go back to all projects, start a new web design. Add a new source, add a new URL, and we'll put in juliangoldie.com. Let's say improve the design plus make it more modern and redesign it for a B2B audience. Now, if we have a look at more of the updates, it said we launched Stich as the fastest way to start a new project. However, we noticed a lot of users on production apps and websites. So with the arrival of Nano Pro, we could finally solve the redesign option. And they've built an agent that takes your existing site and redesigns it visually. And then you can say, for example, using the redesign agent, which is a new agent from Google, you can say, right, give it a problem instead of a solution. So instead of saying make the button bigger, you can say fix the usability on the page. So like you're just going wider with what you're trying to solve rather than reliance on something so basic. And then you can also redesign things really quickly. So you can say, right, okay, give this ugly dashboard a modern facelift, and then 20 seconds later, boom, new design for Google, right? Pretty nice. What else we got here? When I want to add a new page, start whiteboard, blah, blah, blah. Okay, just upload a screenshot, and we're good to go on now. In the meantime, what I'm also going to do is I will load up another tab here. So we'll have two tabs of Stich. Then we'll go back to previous projects, AI SEO service page, And then I'm just going to paste this prompt in here. Let's say take the landing page and redesign it for a high trust AICO agency, right? So you can be really specific as well with what you want. Like you can see, we'll try that instead. By the way, if you do want to get our Black Friday AICO offer that we're redesigning right now, then you can get that link in the comments and description, plus use the code Black Friday to save 20% on AICO. What else do we have here? I think that's pretty much it. If I have a look at the updates. So the redesign agent is the main thing that can take website URLs. It's kind of similar to Bolt, isn't it? But it's more like you're creating the design rather than actually coding the site. And if you've not used Nano Banana, it's really, really good. It's way better than the previous version, to be fair. Tested it out on a live stream yesterday. It looks good. So we've got the new updates on the AICO page, and it said, we've made some significant updates to your AI SEO service landing page to enhance trust and conversion, right? So the landing page now features a bold conversion headline, a hero section, a prominent rank number 1 or you don't pay guarantee page badge, and then you can see the new version here, right? So here's the old version, and then here's the new version, right? Now you can also upload an image, you can zoom in, you can pan, and then select. And then you've got these different options, right? So you can actually annotate it. If you click on annotate here, right, and then take different elements and annotate it. You can also adjust the theme, generate multiple options, switch between mobile, desktop, right, like that. And then give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, and it automatically saves in the top right. So it definitely looks a lot different to before. Honestly, I don't know if I like it. That's the only thing that I'm wondering. This is a pretty cool headline, though. Pretty cool CTA right there. It's taken the original testimonials here, but for some reason it's changed the images. So just be careful with that as well. If it's changing images and that sort of thing. But yeah, looking good. I think I still prefer the original though. That's the original. Now, I've tried to import juliangoldie.com into Stich as well. It's taken absolutely ages. You can see here it's taken about 5-10 minutes just to get this far, and it's not really done anything. I think that's because there's so much content on the page. So if you've got a big page with a lot of content, it's going to take absolutely ages. AI Hawk says it's really good. I want to use this service, or if you want to use it, feel free to check it out. Link in the comments description. And yeah, hope to see you in there. Thank you very much, AI Hawk. Appreciate you. Let's see what else we got here. I think a lot of designers are going to be switching to this as well. Then once you've got an example, you can actually say export this design and transfer it to AI Studio. So let's see if we can try that. All right, so if we share this tab instead, I say, okay, export this design and share it to AI Studio. Let's hit enter like so. See if that works. Doesn't seem to work that. Let's see, right, okay. How can I put this in AI Studio? Maybe what we can do is if we click on export here, yeah, there we go. So if you click on the three dots at the top above the design, then you're going to click on export. And then from here, you can choose what you want. So for example, AI Studio, you can click on make a description. And then this will take the image design from Stich with the prompt, and we can click on build. So we can start taking that design and then plugging it into AI Studio to start building it out, right? So then it will start building out here. And there we go. All right, and then you can actually add new features as you build out with AI Studio. So basically with Stich, what you're doing is you are improving the design or designing your website from scratch. And then with everything else, you can basically, start building out with AI Studio. Pretty simple and easy. You can also export it to Google Duels too, which is a pretty cool idea. And then it'll just take a little while to build out. You can see it's sort of building out all the components for the website. You can go full screen or you can check out the code over here. And then if you want to save the app, you can, or download it, save it to GitHub and actually deploy it as well. Plus, you can actually share that, right? So if you click on share over here, you can start sharing that with your team and everyone else. So it's pretty easy to take a website now and just build it from scratch. And that's one way you can use it. So you can use it to redesign your current funnels. Some other cool stuff you could do here is like you can actually create some like microsites as well, right? So if we go back to Stitch on Google here, we're going to describe an example, and we can say, right, okay, create a microsite for the AI Profit Boardroom. So you could create like little microsites for SEO and stuff like that, and then you can paste in your information here, information about what it does. Hit enter. And then use that to generate the page as well, right? You can see it estimates the time, so it gives you about, it says about 40 seconds right there. I think as well, if we go to the individual designs, like this one, for example, and we say, right, okay, regenerate, we can actually redesign the page using, I think that'll be using Nano Banana. So you can see how it's buffering here and basically regenerating the page in the design. So if you don't like the design, you can just click on regenerate and then just wait for it to load. Now, if we go back to AI Studio here, you can see the page itself, right? And then you can see it's created the design that we uploaded from Stich, right? So we've totally redesigned the page. It's taken all the information about what it does and how it works, etc., and then redesigned it right here, right? So we've got like a nice little logo. We've got a traffic chart over here that's kind of interactive. We have the new headline for the page, plus a CTA, and then some information about it, what it includes, how it works. It's redesigned this section, which is pretty nice. And I think you can even, this is an AI powered demo, which is interesting. So I think if we type something in there, it will actually generate an example strategy. Let's just try that out. We'll go with vegan bakery, generate strategy there. I think that will actually redesign or come up with some ideas instantly for SEO based on whatever people type into the page. It's pretty cool. So, I mean, you could use that as a lead magnet if you collect people's email addresses and that sort of thing. Inga says, nice, sir. Happy to help. And then as you scroll down, we've got this section here. You probably want to redesign some of this stuff. I mean, that's kind of a weird image to insert right there. Same for this. Is it inserted some random videos? These are not playable, by the way. They look playable, but when you click on them, nothing happens. And then it's talked about the guarantee and everything else. So a pretty nice redesign there. You could easily take like different elements as well. So, yeah, if you didn't want to change it all, you could just take the HTML code, for example, for this bit, and then insert it into your page as well. That would look pretty nice, pretty easy to do as well. And then if we go back to the regenerated page, so where we click regenerate, it's completely redesigned the page here using that process. And then over here, we have the redesigned microsite, like we talked about as well. So it's pretty amazing what you can do, how easy it is. It takes a few minutes to load, but it's pretty cool. And then on the left-hand side here, you can see all the projects you've worked on. For example, today, last 7 days, this year, etc. Examples as well, so you can pull in some examples of what Google's already created, and then redesign the whole of whatever website you want, right? Raphael says SEO is dead. Not sure. Yeah, I mean, like, I was actually going to do an SEO section in a second as well, but you can see, like, for example, we're doing SEO for our website. We just started doing it last couple of months. I've been sharing this live stream. I've been sharing this case study recently, and it's just working really well. I mean, you can see we took this website from 8 clicks a day back in early October to hundreds of clicks, and you see that traffic increasing all the time. So yeah, SEO is working really well, right? Enga says, how can we design this page from AI ChatGPT? So if you wanted to do something similar inside ChatGPT, what you do is you go over to ChatGPT like so, and let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say, for example, you wanted to recreate this, right? Recreate this landing page. You could take a screenshot of the whole landing page. We'll just take a screenshot of a little bit so it's faster. Then we're going to go over to ChatGPT. We're going to plug in the screenshot like so, and we're going to say recreate this in HTML on canvas plus make it look more modern plus cool. Right? Then we're going to click on the plus sign. We'll select more canvas, right? We want to create it in canvas just so that it looks better. We'll head into like so, and that should start coding this out, right? So if you prefer to use ChatGPT, which is not as good, you can using ChatGPT and the method that I show you, right? So you take the screenshot, you ask it to create it in HTML site ChatGPT, and then start coding it from there, right? And now you can see it's coding it out. So it's creating the code, and then once this code is finished being edited, then we'll be able to click on preview over here. We can also copy, edit, and that sort of thing as well. So that's basically how you do it. We'll wait for that to code out, and then we'll have a look at preview in a second. But yeah, the redesign agent is super powerful. Makes it really easy to use. And what we can do actually is wait for this to load on ChatGPT and then see, okay, which one creates the best version. And then Air Hawk says, awesome, the making of website is next standard web product. Yeah, I think this is, an interesting way to create new pages that's easier and better than ever. I mean, you can use something like Bolt or Lovable as well, but it does tend to come up with a lot of problems. And also, like, you can see how AI Studio just worked with Stich and worked perfectly first time around. So it's pretty amazing what it can do here. And if you haven't checked out Nano Banana inside AI Studio, it's actually amazing. For example, like yesterday, we created a viral thumbnail creator over here, and you can just upload your reference style, your image, describe what you want, select 4K, and then it will actually generate a thumbnail for you, right? And if you want to see an example of what that looks like, if you have a look at my live stream here, this thumbnail was actually generated on the live stream using Nano Banana. So it's too good. It's too good, my friends. ChatGPT is still coding out right here. Jaden, oh, good to see you, Jaden. It's been a while. Are you doing any more test sites in private? The good old days where people used to experiment with SEO seems to be over. So we're doing that case study that's public with my website, juliangoldie.com. And like I've shown, that is doing really well, right? So if you go back over to this one, you can see the traffic has just popped off right here. I'm actually going to cover that in a second. So I'll come on to more SEO stuff in a second as well. And we'll do some SEO together. And I'll talk through like what we did and how we did it and how you can seal it and that sort of thing in terms of the process. We got Christopher Jones. Welcome here. And now we've got the page back from ChatGPT. Let's see if it's any good or not. So we're going to allow that. Allow selected. Okay. And then we've got this design page. Now, again, like, it looks okay, but it's a bit weird, right? Like, I mean, if you look at this page, it's not as good as Google Stitch. So just coming back to Enga's question, you can create it on ChatGPT. Does it look as good? I wouldn't say so. I do think as well Claude is pretty good for coding if you want to use Claude instead. But I think out of all of these, just use Google Stitch, and then after that, you can use AI Studio after that to build it out and deploy it. Right. So if we go back to AI Studio, and then we go back to any of the apps that we've built, for example, like this one, we can then click on deploy, select the project, hit deploy app, and then we can deploy this website on the app. Right? And basically what that will do is give us a subdomain where it's hosted. So you can see here it's deploying to Cloud Run. Ian says, nice. Intel G rocking it as normal. Angus says, good to see you, Ian. And Angus says, got the point, sir. Jaden, it's good to be here. I'm glad the site is doing well. Thank you very much, sir. And that's basically how you use Google Stitch, all right? Now, if you want to get access to all the video notes from today, plus some of my best use cases, etc., then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. We actually have a pre-Black Friday deal that's ending soon, so feel free to sign up now before you miss out. Showing you how you can use it, how it works step by step with Google Stitch, and how you can do all of this for free, right? So we've got some resources inside there. And then we've also talked about like how to redesign your current funnels, how to create content hubs, how to create mini sites, how to monetize this as well, and then also some like bonus tricks as well, right? In terms of like different options right here. So if you want to get that, that's inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We've also got updates on Gemini, which just came out, so Gemini 3.0, Nano, Banana, all the latest updates we're covering inside the AI Profit Boardroom. It's probably the most active community in the world when it comes to um, when it comes to the latest updates, like all this stuff, it just came out, and we've already got training modules on it. Right? Inside the community too, you can see we have a very active community of people, so you can connect with 1,700 builders. We're running different contests as well, and you can ask any questions inside here that you have, and we'll get back to you. Right? And then also inside the classroom, you can learn all of our best automation processes. So for example, if you want to learn, okay, how to do AI from scratch, well, you can learn our 6-week AI automation class. Or for example, if you want to learn how I automate X and AI avatar videos and shorts and everything else to reach millions of people at this point, then you can get that all inside this section here. We also have trainings on lead generation and social media, email and content, AI automations, so video to blog posts, video transcripts, newsletters, building email lists, etc. And then additionally, we have a full training for agencies. So if you want to get more clients and scale your AI automation agency, you can. And additionally, we have Q&A call recordings here, AI SEO automations, like you can see. And then inside the classroom too, you can learn YouTube and how we automated YouTube with AI in this 6-week masterclass as well, right? We also run 4 weekly coaching calls, and you can jump on those calls, ask any questions you have, get as much help as you need. And then also, if you can't make the calls, then you can watch them back inside the classroom if you scroll down here. So feel free to get that link in the comments and description. And if you want to order SEO online, you can. Link in the comments description. We've got a 20% discount code right now, so just use the code Black Friday, and then you can click through to the order page, select your SEO package, type in your coupon, so for example Black Friday, and then you can see how much you save. All right, and then you can select between packages and sign up down here. The other thing I would say about the AI Profit Boardroom is we just have 24 hours left on this offer, right? So right now you can lock in 35% forever off the AI Profit Boardroom. That brings it down from $71 a month to $45 a month, which saves $300 per year, which is an absolute bargain. You get all my best tech stacks. You learn how to build AI avatar videos, like you can see on my channel. My best AI systems lab. This is going to save you hours every week by removing the manual repetitive tasks that drain your time. You'll get the guided automation engine, which basically helps you generate leads on autopilot to automate outreach, follow-ups, responses, scheduling, nurturing, and reminders. You'll also get the starter funnel system inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So this helps you turn traffic into leads with a plug and play funnel that you can just swipe and deploy from us. You also learn how to land more clients, 100 or 1000x content engine. So this basically helps you get more traffic by turning one idea into content across every platform. So you get more reach, more visibility, more attention. And then you also get the 6-day momentum blueprint, right? So this basically shows you how to accelerate your growth by giving you the exact steps to generate attention, drive traffic, and get more leads and sales. Okay. Top of that, you get the daily AI Profit Boardroom live experience. You get live calls where you can solve problems with us together, so you can move quicker, fix bottlenecks, and build with confidence. All right, and you can join us every day, get feedback, ask questions, make progress without wasting time for searching answers online. All right, so feel free to get that. This is what the AI Profit Boardroom page looks like when you land on it, and then you can just order here. So we have this flash sale for Black Friday, and you can order now, and if you order now, you save 35% forever. So today I'm going to show you also basically how I took this website from 8 clicks a day all the way up to its peak 134 clicks a day. You can see the traffic for this website is increasing all the time, which is pretty nice. So you can see here, if we remove the total impressions, the traffic is just going up and up for this site. Pretty nice. And the way that we're doing this is using AI and SEO. So I'm going to talk you through the whole process, how you can steal it from me, how you can get more SEO traffic for free from AI search engines, and the step-by-step process for using this. All right, and basically how to rank #1 in 30 days with AI SEO. And I'm going to talk you through, basically how to build your own AI SEO tools, what we're doing right now for this website, how it works, etc. And yeah, if you have a website that you want me to audit, just drop it inside the chat, and I'll be happy to help. All right, so just put your website URL inside the chat, and I'll be happy to take a look at your site. Jaden says that's nice growth. Thank you very much. And yeah, we're going to get straight into this. So if we take a look at this site on Ahrefs, I don't think the stats will catch up quite as quickly, but I'm going to break down exactly what we're doing and how it works. Yeah, so you can see this is the thing about Ahrefs, right? It doesn't really show you the full truth. So for example, here you can see the organic traffic looks like it's going down on Ahrefs, but actually if you go to the exact same website and you actually look at Google Search Console, you can see that it's grown from like 9 clicks a day or 4 clicks a day in September, all the way up to 106 clicks a day, 104, 134, 132, etc. Right, and he gets 750,000 impressions per month as well. All right, so reaches a lot of people, gets a lot of impressions. He's growing nicely. Ahrefs won't show that, but you get the point. All right. So how are we doing this? What are we doing to do this? Right. So essentially, when we're growing this website out, the way that we're doing this is we're focusing on 3 things, which is keywords, content, and backlinks. All right. So typically we're building about 3 authority backlinks to this website. We're also coming up with 25 low competition keywords and building about 18 to 30 optimized articles per month. Now, if you want to see what these articles look like, we go to the blog section of the website, and you can check this out yourself. It's at juliangoldie.com if you want to see how this works and how you can steal it from me. But basically, you can see here an example of a recent article we've created just here. We're inserting our video inside it. We've got a nice little introduction. And as we scroll down the page, we've optimized for the keyword that we're targeting, right? So for example, in this situation, we're targeting the keyword Gamma 3.0. Now, if you want to use Gemini 3.0 to help you with this and try and get similar results like this, let me show you how you can do this, all right? So let's say, for example, you have like no idea, for example, how to get the data, how to find keywords, etc. There's a few different options, right? So you can do the traditional route, which is you can go over to Keyword Explorer inside Ahrefs here, and then you can type in your niche. So let's say, for example, we are in the artificial intelligence niche, right? And we're like, right, okay, well, it's obviously very difficult to rank for the keyword artificial intelligence. Everyone is going after it. It's got high traffic potential, but at the same time, the keyword difficulty is super hard, right? Like it's just going to be almost impossible to rank for this keyword. So one of the things that most SEOs will typically do is they will filter down to matching terms on Ahrefs. Then they're going to go for like keyword difficulty 10 or less, ideally commercial intent for the keyword, which means people want to buy from this keyword. But otherwise, they're just going to go with KD10 or less, look through the list and see, okay, what sort of keywords can I rank for here that are pretty easy, right? So, for example, if we look through this list, you can see we've got some ideas like, does artificial intelligence require coding? Now, if we have a look at that keyword, it's very easy to rank for, right? We don't need many backlinks to rank for that keyword. It's also got a decent search volume, so like 50 search volume per month. Not massive, but bear in mind that's underplayed because, for example, Ahrefs underestimates search volume massively as well. Right? So what we're going to do is take a keyword like this. We go over to Ahrefs and we're just going to have a look. Okay, can we realistically rank for it? How does it work, etc. And then you can see that most of the pages ranking for this keyword don't have backlinks, right? So these guys at the top four, they don't have backlinks pointing to their page. They are getting traffic. And then the other thing you want to look out for here is like, okay, what's my website's domain rating? And then can I compete with the top ranking websites, right? So for example, here, if we have a look, Reddit is the #1 ranking website. What does that mean? Well, it means #1, that's a very high DR website to compete with. But #2, I would potentially look at trying to create a page on Reddit to rank instead of just relying on your own website, right? Now you can, the beautiful thing about like creating content these days for SEO is that you can create content across multiple platforms. So you don't have to just rely on one single platform. Josue says, Julian, hi, good to see you. Thanks for joining the live stream. So what you can do, for example, if we have a look, is you could use Reddit as well as your website to create content. That's actually what we do with this subreddit, right? So we have this subreddit. We actually only built it this year, so you can start from scratch if you're learning how to do this stuff. We get 38,000 views a month, so you can see past 30 days, 38,000 views to this subreddit, and that's growing all the time. We get more and more members each month, and we publish a lot of content to this page, right? And then you can publish content with AICO using this process. Pretty simple and easy, right? Now, if you're wondering, okay, like how do you actually create the content itself for places like Reddit, let me show you some examples of what you can do. Okay, so you can go over to AI Studio and you can actually build your own tools that will help you create content for your brand, right? So if we go over to AI Studio here, and we're going to click on the build section. And if you go to the build section inside AI Studio, you can build your own content tools, kind of like a SaaS, that helps create content for your brand, right? So let me show you how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an example prompt that we often use for creating content. All right, like you can see here. And then I'm going to give some instructions for generating the content itself, right? So this is a prompt that we typically use for creating content. You can see it's got some information about me, so it's personalized to me. And then it's got links to our funnels, and then it's got information about what we do, etc. Right? I'm actually going to add a new link here as well. So I'm going to say order SEO online here. Let's save 20% with the discount code Black Friday. And then I'm going to say, right, let me insert my keyword, then create an SEO optimized article. See below, using the instructions below. Then we'll say, right, okay, for content creation, do this. For creating content, we've got the source context, we've got links to our funnels. So I'm going to say, right, link to these pages naturally. Right, the content, you see how I'm basically creating like an AI SEO tool personalized to me and my business and my brand, which means that the content I create is going to be much less spammy, if that makes sense, right? So we're going to take these links like so. Then we're going to take these instructions for writing. Let's say writing instructions. There we go. And then we'll say, okay, let's take all of these instructions for the tool. We'll go back to AI Studio. And I'm going to say, okay, create a SaaS tool for AI SEO content creation, specifically for my brand. See writing instructions below, right? And now we can basically code out with Gemini 3.0 a tool that creates content in the exact style I want, with the funnel links to whatever I want, personalized to me and my brand, and optimized for SEO, right? And all I have to do is just plug in the keyword. And then I can bookmark that tool, come back to it whenever I need it, and create as much content as I need to based on the keyword research from Ahrefs, right? So you can see how easy this is. So we're going to wait for that to code out, and then later on we can deploy it and test it out. All right, but basically you can build these tools that use the AI to generate content. You can do the same for keyword research as well. So if we go out to AI Studio and we have a look at some other stuff that I've built, I mean, it's pretty amazing for building apps. You can see I built like a thumbnail generator yesterday using Nano Banana Pro, so you can actually generate really nice images as well. You can generate videos. We can even come up with keyword generator ideas here too, right? So if we go inside here and we enter our topic, so for example, vegan recipes. This is another tool we actually built, and literally all you did was, inside AI Studio, we said keyword generator based on Google search data. It gives me accurate keyword ideas, right? And then what it's going to do is use AI and Google search data to give us ideas for keywords, estimated difficulty, estimated search intent, and whether it's relevant or not, right? As you can see. So for example, if we actually validate this information, we go back to Ahrefs like so, and we type in the keyword here, overview, you can see that this is a real keyword. People are actually searching for it. I think the tool inside AI Studio estimated as medium, and it's not far off that, to be fair. But yeah, it's pretty simple and easy to use, and then you can generate as many keywords as you want, right? So for example, if we have a look at the tool here, we also came up with the keyword budget-friendly vegan recipes, as you can see. And then if we go over to Ahrefs, you can see inside Ahrefs here that we have a really good estimated traffic potential for that keyword. So it is a real keyword that people are actually searching for. It does have a decent amount of, it's realistic to rank for. It might be tricky, but you can see some pages rank for this keyword with 0 backlinks like this one. This is only a YouTube video. So yeah, that actually works. Brand building with Carlos. Good to see you, Carlos. Thanks for joining. And then if we go back to AI Studio now, we also have the content creation tool. All right, so we can type in our target keyword, and then it will use Alex Hormozy style content, UK grammar, SEO optimized content, and then create rank ready content here, right, to generate articles in the style of me. So if we go back to, I want to show you how this workflow works and how easy it is to automate this from start to finish. So if we go to, Mark Santos is here as well. Good to see you, Mark. So if we go to this keyword generator tool, let's start this whole process from scratch, right? And basically, if you want to understand, okay, what's the workflow here? Let me show you how it works, right? So essentially what's going on here is we are doing, number one, the keyword research. Right? Then from there, we're doing the content creation. And then from there, of course, we need to do the link building. All right, so we've got 3 main steps inside this process. And we're using Gemini 3.0 tail bus. So we're going from here to here to here. And I'm showing you how to not just do this, but also to create the tools with Gemini Pro so that you can emulate the same process yourself. So that's basically our strategy here. And if you're wondering, okay, does this get results? As I've shown you already, this is working really nicely for a case study website. All right. So if we go back to this tab, and we're like, okay, artificial. Let's put SEO training here. We'll put SEO training here to come up with ideas relevant to my website. Mark says he thinks SaaS is dead now, that anyone can build one. No, I don't think so, because it still takes time and effort to create something people love, right? Like anyone can build a SaaS, but it's really understanding the market, where the value is. For example, like you got to understand, okay, what do people want and how can you solve their problems with something they can't already build themselves, right? And so I think there's plenty of opportunities right here. And then Chris says, what's your take on the security side of live coding a blog website? I think you have to be very careful. Like we still use Go High Level, or we still use WordPress for the actual hosting of the website and the creation of it. And so that way we've got more security levels. Whereas if you're just creating like, especially a SaaS product where people log in, if you create a SaaS product where people log in and you just vibe coding it with AI, I don't think there is any security unless you're using something to really secure that. So people have got in trouble for that, and you need to be careful of that for sure. Jaden says Google's AI models have improved massively since Bard days. Yeah, Bard was just a joke, wasn't it? It was literally a joke. So if we go over here now, we've got some examples of what we could create content around. Let's test some of these out. I'm just gonna have a look here and see if we can actually try and rank for some of these keywords. All right, so here's an example. Ideally, you want to be going for like lower competition keywords, right? So you want to be going for like, ideally like KD 10 or less. If you can't find any KD of 10 or less, then ideally go for like keyword difficulty 20 or less, right? But the main thing here is that you do go after easy competition keywords, so you've got a higher chance of ranking, right? And that's the keyword research automated with AI Studio. Now, if you want the tool for this, I'm just going to hit publish app. If you want to steal the tool from me for doing this, I will actually put it inside the AI Success Lab. And if you go inside the 53 AI SEO tools here, I'm going to add another tool here, right? And that's going to be called Keyword Research Tool. and that is number 51 on the list. There we go, boom. And then number 52, we've got the, see, it's all inside this document, okay? And then next up, what we've got is this tool we just built live for the keyword that we want, right? So, for example, here, if we said, okay, the keyword is SEO Trends 2025, we can just plug that keyword in here, hit generate, and start creating the content for our tool as well. Have I heard of Clerk for security? I've never heard of that one. Never tested it, so I don't know. I'm not a specialist in security for websites, to be honest with you. So, yeah. And then AI brand building with Carlos says, I was playing around with Stich for a few days, but maybe I was using it wrong. I haven't tried it with Gemini 3 yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it cooks up. Yeah, so if you scroll back earlier in this live stream, you'll see the information on that. But yeah, so basically with Gemini 3, they now have the Nano Banana update, and with Nano Banana, you can actually create you can like redesign websites. So you can plug in a URL and it will redesign the website based on what you want. So like people can take their competitors, or people could take like their existing funnels, redesign them really quickly. You know, for example, if you have an old page where you're like, okay, I need to improve the design on this quickly, but I haven't touched it for years, you can easily run it through Stich, then export it to AI Studio, and then deploy it, right? So it's really quick and easy for just redesigning stuff because of the new Nano Banana Pro update that just came out yesterday. So now we've got the content ready to go as well. And when you're creating this content, right, this is what we do for our websites. You've got the raw content generated with AI and automated right here. So for example, if we're targeting the keyword SEO trends, then you can see we've included SEO trends 2025 inside the title, the first line, etc. It's bolded the most important parts. It's put every sentence onto a new line, create a nice little blog post for us here, right? And then it's included links to our funnels as well, which is pretty nice. So if we go full screen on this bad boy, we've just created a page in literally like, what, one click that's ready to go with links to our backlink portal and everything else, right? So if you have a look here, it's subtly included links to our funnels. So it said, if you need a more tailored approach, why not book a free strategy call with my team? And then it sends people over to our book a call funnel for our SEO agency. Pretty nice. So you can see how easy this is to tailor content that's personalized to you, your brand. It creates unique value. It makes something nicely readable. It writes it in the style that you like. It directs traffic to our funnels, and it targets the keyword for SEO that we wanted, right? And we just built the whole tool literally in front of your eyes using Gemini 3.0 on the live stream today. So it's pretty crazy how easy and simple this is, and how fast you can get it done. If you want to steal the actual tool from me, what I can do is I'll click on share app over here, or click on copy. Then I'm going to go over to the AI Success Lab, link in the comments description. Okay. And then if you go to the 50 free AI SEO tools, you'll find the details in here, right? So this is the content creation tool. And you can either copy that and customize it to yourself, or you can test mine and see what you think. But obviously mine is going to be tailored to me and my brand and my business. So you really want to create your own, and you can just create your own by copying mine on AI Studio and then adding your own custom instructions, right? And then you've also got the keyword research tool here as well that you can steal from us. So that was pretty nice and simple. We created the content and we created the keywords, and we automated both of those, right? Simple and easy. Nice. Okay. So from here, you would start creating content on your website, and that's what we've been doing consistently each day to get results like this for our site, right? So you can see how the traffic is going up all the time, the impressions and everything else, right? And the metrics are looking really good for this site actually right now. It's looking very promising, especially since the start of October. It's just been going on an upwards trend. And the other thing I would say here is, like, when you're creating this content, you really want to make sure that you're quality controlling it, right? So you're not just publishing spam. You're not just like hitting publish as soon as you create that content. We actually have an SEO checklist inside the AI Success Lab. Link in the comments description. It's completely free. And once you sign up and got that checklist, you can go through the checklist and just implement it step by step. You can see someone's using it right now. In fact, it's a checklist I've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of people using to build out content, right? And so you can basically use this process right here, and then just quality control anything where you're creating content with AI and then sending it to something client facing. You always want to quality control it. So like even my YouTube videos, I'll watch them back before I publish them from my team, and then that just helps us create content quickly, but also quality control it too. All right. Now, if you want to order AI SEO online, you can actually order via this page right here. And basically, we have we have an offer right here for Black Friday, so you can order online. You just click on this button. That'll take you through to a checkout page. You put in the coupon code Black Friday to save 20% off, and then you just pick whichever package you want. If you just want to test the waters, go with the starter package. If you want to get good results, then you can go with the power package. And then if you want to really maximize your results, go with the SEO premium package right here. Right, you got 3 different options, and we have a video that talks you through exactly how it works. If you prefer a call first, you can book a free SEO strategy session right there. If you're on the documents, go to the AI Success Lab link in the comments description on this video. Josia says, Julian, do you have any idea on how to automate WhatsApp business like an agent to handle multiple chats? Yeah, so if you go to the AI Profit Boardroom, type in WhatsApp, Classroom, we've got WhatsApp and NA10 chatbot right here that you can automate with NA10. So if you want to just steal our NA10 templates for building out WhatsApp bots, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And we have a 35% off lifetime deal for signing up now for pre-Black Friday, right? So if you sign up now, you're going to save 35% with our pre-Black Friday deal, right? And you can just grab the template for WhatsApp and our AI bot over here, right? So that's how you can do it, my friend. Yeah, and that's basically it from us. What else was I going to say here? Yeah, I mean, when it comes to ordering SEO, like if you need help with this, if you want more free traffic to your website, etc., most businesses are struggling when it comes to SEO. So, if you're publishing content that never ranks, if you're paying for low quality backlinks that Google ignores, you might be wasting your money on audits that don't move the needle. You may be hiring freelancers who basically have no clear plan, no strategy, and deliver like basically no ROI, right? And if you know that's not working and you keep doing it anyway, obviously that's going to be a nightmare, right? And you can change that today. So we've built an AI system that helps websites get real rankings, real traffic, and real results faster than anything else we've tried, right? And this is using our AI SEO engine. Now you can order that using this page right here, link in the comments description to their portal, and then you can order directly online and save 20% when you order here. But yeah, I mean, we basically have a really good offer on this. You can see it on the page, and this is using our proven 80/20 framework, right? So we only focus on 3 things to drive rankings: keywords, content, and backlinks. There's like a million things you can do when it comes to SEO, but we just focus on the most important things. We're not focusing on like low quality AI articles. We use that checklist when it comes to creating them so that it's as high quality as it possibly can be for your brand. And we'll also give you 25 low competition keywords. So you get the SEO strategy, the optimized articles, the low competition keywords, and a ton of other stuff too. And then you just go online, order your plan, pick your plan, no setup fees, etc. So you go to this page, click on yes, I want more traffic, plug in the coupon code, and then select your package right here. All right. So you order online, pick your plan, then we go off and build your campaign. We publish, build, and report back to you. So you get monthly content, links, and reporting. And then you basically just watch your rankings grow. And everything is tracked in your client portal, right? Plus, you have an account manager to help you as well. Also, normally we have a setup fee for this, but when you sign up online without a call, there's no setup fee. So you can just order online, no call, and then no setup fee, right? And we cover like the costs of like the tools and the research and everything else for you and all the setup. Okay. So thanks so much for watching. If you're serious about growing your traffic, feel free, to order online. If you're serious about growing your traffic, getting leads, ranking on Google, click the link and get started right now. You got the Black Friday offer right there. And appreciate everyone who's watching. All right. Chris says, already have a background in creating websites and I'm fully available 24/7 if I join the AI Profit Boardroom. Just check out, I would say, like, just check it out, see what you think. Yeah, we have a guarantee on there. So if you sign up, you don't like it, no worries, we'll high five you on the way out. But yeah, you can check it out. So you can see an example of what you get, what's included, the workflows, etc. And then you can sign up. And it comes with a double guarantee, as you can see. All right. So thanks very much for watching and see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.